You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the August 6th meeting for the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Welcome to the Michigan City Park Board meeting for Wednesday, August 6, 2025. Would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Walker, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mr. Glidden.
Here.
Sorry, Mr. Glidden.
Here.
Ms. Sperling.
Here.
Mr. Hoffman.
Present.
Mr. Labus.
Here.
Ms. Ward.
Here.
All present.
All right. We need to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, July 16th. So those have been given to us. We need a motion.
I move that we approve the minutes from July 16th meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We met in executive session on March 5th and on June 18th. And you have the brief minutes of those meetings. We need to approve the minutes of the executive session on March 5th.
I'll make a motion to approve the executive session minutes for March 5th. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We also had an executive session on June 18th. We need to approve those minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept to approve the minutes for the executive session on June 18th. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
New business, the Park Department's 2026 budget. This is Eason.
Yes, the budget worksheets were included in your packet. Will and Melissa and I did meet with the mayor and the city controller. They've reviewed our budgets and they had a few suggestions to increase our fees for credit cards, the service charges. So we added a little bit of money into that. Since you received this, we also added approximately $30,000 in revenue to the zoo because we'll be introducing some fee increases in October that would take effect next year. Other than that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
I had a question on rental of the Millennium Plaza, rental of property at Millennium Plaza. And for 2026, we don't anticipate much revenue.
No, so we reduced it based on what we did in 2024 year end. We try to be extremely realistic with our revenues. Unfortunately, we're planning a budget 18 months in advance and we're so weather driven, it's difficult. So we rely a lot on the last full year's revenues. So we use 2024.
So in 2024, we only took in $158 for Millennium Plaza.
Yep.
So is there something I'm missing there?
Well, it's programmed a lot now, so you've got concerts going on and but no, I mean, we fluctuate. Millennium was popular for a while, then Bandstand
So
was
this is,
popular.
this is other than the concerts.
Yeah, these are our rooms.
Oh, okay.
If somebody wants to do a 2-hour wedding or,
All
you
right.
know, we've had some parties down there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a question. The revenue is projected to be down for parking.
Correct. So that's based on where we're at this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So right now we're about 80,000 down over last year at the same time after the boat race.
I know June was a colder month. Is that why? Is it related to June?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
They're dependent.
Yeah.
On page 3, you were talking about add 19,000 actual for Oasis. is that also because you had alluded previously because of the previous year? Is that the same thing you're
Correct.
projecting because of 2024?
Well, no, if you recall, we switched the system over to a freshwater system, but we had no numbers until then.
That's okay.
That was the first year we ran.
Okay, thank you.
And then there was a line on the vacation and sick buyback. It was like a huge difference from last year. It went from like 1 grand to 18 grand and then like 3 grand to 24 grand. Is that,
Do you know what department?
Maintenance.
I think I had,
It's on page 5.
Oh,
maintenance.
thanks, Ryan.
Halfway down.
I wrote down the number. that
You're
it
right on,
is.
Lisa.
So vacation buyback is based on our policy of employees being able to sell back 2 weeks of vacation every year if they do it before October 1st.
Mhm,
They didn't use it in 2024. So only
okay,
looks like 1 or 2 people may have cashed in some of their vacation,
okay,
but we have to budget for the full expense.
yes,
Assuming if everyone took it,
right, okay, thanks.
you're welcome.
I-
The
oh, go ahead.
capital proposal comes later in the process.
So our capital list is a rolling 3-year capital list. We turn the entire thing into the mayor and the city controller. They are recommending the purchase of a new pickup truck with a plow for Pat's department. And then Jamie's carryall Gator, which she's desperately in need of, but those were the only 2 items. The mayor is looking into alternate funding to do the 2 new parking lots in Washington Park. Just knowing that there's a pretty short return on investment and that money could be put back into the city for capital. But I don't think that's gonna be part of our actual budget.
Any other comments from the board?
Just one more. On the last page, the expense totals. So compared to 2024, it looks like it would be up, but compared to 2025's adopted budget, looks like we're anticipating to spend less. Correct. Yeah.
Correct. So we're anticipating just under $81,000 less in projected revenue, but we've also cut $212,000
Mhm.
out of our expense line items.
Okay.
So things are getting pretty tight.
And that's what I was gonna do. So being that we're talking about it possibly getting tight, are we anticipating then as well possibly having to cut in some other line item
During 2026,
during 2026?
always a possibility for us. So we reassess every quarter. We do our variance reports, which you see. But we just went through the process and our revenues are down this year. Our expenses are up this year. So we are on a mandated spending freeze in our department, mandated by me, not the city government. So yes, for us, it's very difficult. We have to plan our expenses high for a perfect year. So I explain this, I think, every year in golf. We have to plan that golf is going to be open every day. We have to have expense line items to cover that. But if we don't get the revenue to support it, then we start pulling back our expenses so we don't go over. So it's a balancing game. It's all weather. This year was really hard on the zoo, parking operation, which is a really bad start to
Yeah.
our spring and summer.
Mhm, sure was. Yeah, even May was cold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Any other board comments?
Quick comment regarding the budgets and for people who don't understand the park department. Once again, this is a lot of it's based strictly on weather. We have great weather throughout those first few months. You won't see the variances that you see, but when I was on the park board, these are the same questions we used to have, or Shannon. But things can happen. you have a great month in September or something like that, and everybody's on the golf course, and all of a sudden numbers change, can flip in a heartbeat. And and I'll explain a little bit about the overall budget at the end of the meeting when we do new comments. But like Shannon said, this wasn't like a mandated cut, but we are looking at decreased revenues coming from the state, which we are really going to have to account for moving forward. So all the numbers are not in for us to actually make a full budget, for the city. But like I said, I'll go into a little bit more detail at the end to talk about some of that.
And I think that's good, especially for the public to understand, Mr. Dabney. It's also not just a Michigan City thing. This is something, LaPorte, we were talking about the same thing. There's budget cuts that they have to do on their end as well, and so many other cities. So it's a combination of you being responsible and at the same time being cognizant of the cuts within the state and knowing that we have to make sure that we are responsible with that which we have. So I appreciate the explanation, sir, man.
Thank you. Any comment from the public? Mr. Przybylski?
Good evening, Paul Przybylski, 1716 Washington Street. I have a question about your budget. How much money has been designated for neighborhood parks?
There's none in our operating budget.
There's none?
So
Okay,
neighborhood parks are funded by the council, by city capital. There are parks in our capital queue. We have them scheduled out. So Oak Hills would be next year's. It would be an upgrade at Oak Hills Park.
okay, my other comment is how much anticipated money do you believe that you're gonna bring in on parking?
In 2026.
No, for this year.
This year,
That's
What did you budget?
we budgeted 1.2, we're 80 short, so 1.1. Depending again on the weather and staffing levels. We're gonna try to stay open into the first couple weeks of September, if the weather's nice.
Okay, and just sort of clarification, the parking is for special events and at the gate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? What's your pleasure?
I'll make a motion to approve the Park Department's 2026 budget.
I'll second.
Jinx.
Keisha's got it.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
We have 2026 salary order changes.
Yes, so this is just to clean up the city salary order. Over the years, positions have changed. We've got positions in here we no longer use, so I've listed all of those out. There's a few that we didn't have, such as a beverage cart operator for the golf course. They were just hired in as a laborer, but we wanted to be more specific with their duties. We added ranger starter. Those are no longer volunteer positions. We added the golf pro. If you remember when we hired him in March, we didn't have a job description that requires the PGA pro status. And there's a handful of them that need to be removed. I will note as well, the mayor is going to recommend this year that every position on the salary order from seasonal up to full-time salaried will not be just a flat rate. They're all going to be an up to amount. So we're not forced to hire new people in at the top rate. We'll be able to bring them in and have some wiggle room to give them raises based on their merits.
You,
I have a question. I don't see Mike's on here that we talked earlier about does that need to be added because he has a special certificate?
In his job description,
It's coming up in his job description.
yeah, which will be coming up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't forget about you.
And that was approved by the mayor.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Any other comment from the board? Any comment from the public? We have for a motion.
Motion to approve the, where are we at, the golf, oh, no, the approval of the salary order changes for 2026.
I will second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Approval of the golf job descriptions. We gonna do them one at a time or?
You don't need to. I did highlight in red the changes. So again, PGA Pro just requiring him to have certification. Ranger Starter is just making that a paid position now. It's no longer volunteer. And then the beverage cart is a new job description outlining more specifically the duties of that position.
So then you're saying, man, we can do an approval for all three. Okay, wonderful.
I had a question on the golf attendant starter. So it doesn't, I don't think it said in here like the hours. It's just, oh, it did say full-time. Okay,
So the hours on all of the seasonals fluctuate greatly,
okay.
just because it's 7-day a week
Yeah.
operation,
I just had one little.
but it is seasonal.
Mhm,
So.
right.
Pardon me.
No, go ahead.
In the Ranger Starter, in the past, they were, when they volunteered, they were given opportunity to play golf at a discounted rate or something.
Correct.
And that.
They would have to work so many hours to get rounds of golf for
Okay,
free.
that no longer applies? Or-
No, because that position doesn't exist. However, you do have a policy for employees to work so many hours and get free golf, so they still qualify.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I had one little thing with the beverage cart description. There was a part in there, your ability to, communicate and et cetera, under general qualifications. But then it said ability to communicate effectively with diverse and sometimes irate individuals and to handle calmly and efficiently situations, blah, 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 which is great. I was just thinking maybe we should take irate out of that. That might scare some people. I mean, because you do. I mean, I know being in the hospitality industry, like it's pretty rare. And when that does happen, then a supervisor should step in. So
We can't take
it's just a thought. It sounded kind of scary.
standard template for the entire city.
Oh, wow.
But you're a separate board, so we can definitely remove it.
Yeah. I just think that might scare someone who's very sweet and kind and want to do that job,
Yeah.
And at the same time, there is always the potential for irate
Sure.
person that you deal with. So the person should be aware that they might have to deal with a very angry person.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I guess I mean, anytime you're working in any kind of public situation, whether it's retail, folding sweaters at Eddie Bauer, or people get crazy. So I don't know. It was just a thought. You don't have to take it out, but it was just a thought.
Shannon, you did say that that's a standard template for the city. So if we look at another job,
If you look at
it's pretty much going to say the same.
Okay.
I do understand what you're saying with Ms. Spearling, but if it's something standard, I'd like
So it's in the.
uniformity. Yeah. So then it would just be uniform across the board. It wouldn't be anything that would be different.
I mean, it's accurate. Just irate.
I promise it probably won't be me.
Any other comments from the board? Any comments from the
Oh.
public?
Wait, you guys, I had one more under the Golf Pro description. Sorry, I forgot we were doing all three of these at the same time. It says the golf manager reports to, you, Shannon. So I know that description was in there before when we didn't have a golf pro. Does it matter? I don't know if that matters, but I just want to mention that. I didn't want it to look like another level of management in the contract.
You're saying change the words golf manager?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just looks like there's another, because we got rid of that position. So that was one thing. And then the second thing in there somewhere with the golf pro, it says need valid Indiana driver's license. I know our pro is from Michigan. So I don't know if you want to change that to United States, driver's license. Again, I don't know how. That's all I had.
Thank you. Any other board comment? Any comment from the public? And what's your pleasure?
I'll make a motion to approve the golf job descriptions.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Approval of the removal of 93 trees on park property.
Yes, so the city tree board applied for and was awarded a $1 million grant to thoroughly inventory all the public trees in Michigan City, come up with a plan for prioritizing dangerous down to healthy, then removal, and then replanting. So right now, they've identified 93 trees in parks and on the golf course, so we will be the beneficiary of this much needed work that we can't afford. So the map was provided for you. This is an interactive map that they're still working on. But in the months to come, like all of our staff that needs the tree inventory, will be able to go in here, identify things. We'll be able to see what was taken out. So I would highly recommend that you approve the removal of these 93 trees. They'll be going out to bid at the end of this month. And then we'll come back to you at a later date with a replanting plan with locations.
I'm assuming that the numbers or identify the tree on the left, the number on the right. The DBH is, what is that?
That's the rating scale of the health of the tree.
And the higher the number, the worse it is.
Mhm.
Guessing. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're looking at like the top line, 17.
Yeah.
That's caliper. That's the size.
Okay, it's a circumference. or something.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think there's,
Neighbor.
yeah, they didn't include a priority of
Rating.
rating, which I wouldn't understand anything.
And the grant includes the replanting or just the removal?
Replanting and maintenance for up to 2 years,
Good.
because we
Yeah.
did let them know we don't have the capacity. So they're looking at, I think, 500 trees either in the fall or the
Mhm.
spring
Mhm.
throughout the city, though, not just us.
Yeah,
We don't have the capacity to water trees like that.
right.
So that's gonna be part of the grant as well. At 2 years should get us through. I like to go 3 on a watering schedule with any new trees.
Mhm.
But again, this is work that needs to be done that we could not afford. So very
And-
grateful for the grant.
And who's doing the watering? It's like outside company or it's,
It'll either be
Or
an
we'll
outside
hire.
company or what's the Student Conservation Association, they're like college students that are in training for forestry management.
Mhm,
So I know they're working with FCA to see if they can bring them here.
mhm.
So they're widely used in like
Hmm.
Lake, and Porter counties for
Mhm.
environmental work. But we don't have them here yet,
Mhm.
so I hope that works out because you can use them for all kinds of
Yeah,
projects.
right.
But in any case, it will not be us.
Mhm. Sounds good. That's
Thank you.
great.
I know a lot, or that grant. I'm assuming it's focusing on those trees that would be that are dying or unhealthy. Are there any trees that are on our list that might be like I know sometimes some of the trees might be near a sidewalk and they're damaging the sidewalk. So taking up that tree would also help us when we redo that sidewalk. It's a
Right.
permanent fix instead of patching. Are any of those trees on that list?
Not.
They did. Wonderful.
Every public tree, unless it's like in a forest, we have a lot of
Mhm.
forested property. So trees only up to where the lawn ends.
Okay.
So like they did an inventory Memorial Park or Ruby Woods, just the open space lawn areas. But there's quite a few dangerous trees. I was shocked at how many belong to the park.
Yeah.
In fact, we just removed one but when I was on vacation
Yeah.
from Walker Street, that was in really bad shape, kind of hanging over the garden.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
great.
is good news for us.
Yeah, I was looking because I was asking because there was one or two at Hanson Park, and also yesterday I was out at the Water Tower Park, and there was one that was right there by the road. And those were the ones that I was wondering, are these on that
They're-
list? It looked like they were on the list, but I wanted to make sure.
Listed in in the maps.
Yeah, it was, yeah, like, I saw the one, the 136. Yeah, the 186. Yeah, but there was one that was right near it, so I didn't know if that's,
Yeah, if it's not on this map, it wasn't selected for
Okay.
ground priority.
well,
But I mean, we could take a look and call the forester out, maybe move
Okay.
it up.
and it's just, again, my thought is not just, I think it's great, when it comes to those trees that need to be removed because of age or diseased, but also thinking of, us having to, repair a sidewalk and then next year repair a sidewalk. And then that's finances and or expenses that are going into something where it can be remediated
Right.
with just pulling the tree one time. Yes, ma'am.
Any other comments from the board? Any comments from the public?
Paul Przybylski, 1716 Washington Street. Is there has there been a price tag put on that and a price tag put on the new plantings
They haven't gone out to bid yet.
that hasn't gone
No,
out
I
to
mean-
bid yet?
Sure has some type of estimated,
We have a forester? I thought that guy quit.
we have a contracted
Okay,
forester
sorry
to
about that.
manage this grant.
On the only comment that I really want when it comes to these trees that you buy trees that are substantially growing and like not 1 inch in diameter like they have done in the past. But a few years ago, there was a trailer designed at the street department for watering. And there was a truck bought specifically, a light dump, to haul that trailer around. So there might be, or there possibly is, a way to water those trees and have, instead of more expense, it might be down there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Tommy Kolovic, 1316 Ohio Street. Good evening to our distinguished and honorable Michigan City Park and Recreation Board members again. I just want to make sure that this is not only tree removal, but also the stump removal. When you're dealing with the tree service, they'll contract with them to cut down the tree and haul off the brush and all that. The stump removal, that's a lot, I've done a lot of tree work myself. That's actually either you have to contract with the contractor extra, or you have to contract with somebody else, or else you have to remove it yourself. I kind of like my old Grandpa Watson in Arkansas. Man, rather cut down a tree and look at him. On his farm in Arkansas, he used to stick a dynamite under and blow him to kingdom come with the old tree stuff. I don't think we'll be able to do that. But I just want to make sure, I see all the white X's on the trees that you're going to be cutting down, and that's a good thing. They're all, the roots grow up underneath the concrete and it buckles up the concrete, and this will. I'm gonna say there's a couple of dead. We're not supposed to have any dead trees in the city. That's actually by ordinance. There's a couple of dead ones across there from Millennium Plaza. I noticed when we had our little thing there last Tuesday. Those also need to be removed. So just my comments on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Then we would need a motion.
I motion to approve the removal of 93 trees on the park property.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution number 1070. I'll read that. Whereas the superintendent of the Department of Parks and Recreation has reported that an additional appropriation is necessary within the budget of the Michigan City Michigan City Department of Parks and Recreation to construct a new Wings of Wonder aviary exhibit at Washington Park Zoo. And whereas the funds available for said purposes in the unappropriated balance of the park concession non-reverting fund 2507. And whereas the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board has determined that said expenses are necessary and that an additional appropriation should be made in order to meet said expenses. Now therefore be it resolved that the following transfer be made from the following named accounts to the following named accounts for the purposes stated therein. decrease park concession, non-reverting fund 2507, unappropriated balance $2,289,109. Increase park concession fund 2507.000,439.090. Contractual services $289,109. Be it further resolved that this matter be presented before the next regular meeting of the Michigan City Common Council for petition to said Common Council to pass an additional appropriation ordinance approving said additional appropriation in the manner required by law. Be it further resolved that the superintendent of the Parks and Recreation shall seek the concurrence of the mayor of Michigan City upon said additional appropriation immediately. Dated Michigan City, Indiana, this day, 6th of August, 2025. Would you like to speak to that or?
Oh, sure. Zoo Director Jamie Huss is also in the audience. I think she did a good job explaining why we need this exhibit and why we need it done quickly. So the $289,000 is in our cash balance for our park concession fund. The ordinance does allow us to spend that on capital projects in the zoo. On the last page, we've outlined our budget. So some of it's from gifts and donations, some from endowment. We have some budgeted for capital outlays already, and then the cash balance, that'll get us very close to the estimated construction costs that we've received from Keel Architecture. So if the board approves this tonight, we would seek the funding from the city council. Once we have that, then we can put the project out to bid.
Thank you.
If you recall too, I did want to add, I think it was Mr. Mellon that brought up the point of that clear story, making it more of attractive exhibit. And we value engineered a lot of things down on it. So I think we're going to be able to afford that, which I agree is a lot nicer to look at, but it also provides natural light for birds.
That's awesome.
So we're hopeful.
Any other board comment? Any comment from the public? Then what is your,
I motion to approve resolution number 1070.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
we have resolution number 1071, whereas the superintendent of the Department of Parks and Recreation has reported that certain transfer of funds are necessary within the budget of the Michigan City Department of Parks and Recreation because of unanticipated expenses from various accounts, which accounts do not have sufficient funds available for disbursement for said expenses. And whereas these funds are available for said purposes in various other accounts, which are not expected to be paid from said accounts during the remainder of this budget year. And whereas the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board has determined that said expense to move accounts out of the negative is necessary, and that an account transfer should be made in order to meet said expenses. Now therefore be it resolved that the following transfer be made from the following named accounts to the following named accounts for the purposes stated therein. Decrease fund 2204.505 maintenance fund. Vacation buyback $15,000, sick buyback $20,000, repairs, maintenance building $3,500, increase fund 2204.505 maintenance fund. Small tools $4,100 and contractual $34,400. Dated this day, August 6, 2025. That contractual would be something new.
Yeah. The contractual transfer, what was that for? Just year end? So just additional expenses and contractual. They'll start seeing a lot of transfers this time of year through the end of October as we try to make our line items whole.
All right, thank you. Any comment from the board? Any comment from the public? We need a motion for resolution 1071.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 1071.
Second.
Oh,
Sorry.
Keisha seconded.
Who seconded? Keisha.
Keisha.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
the item G, 2025 Hoosier Burn Camp request.
Yeah, so we all spoke before last weekend about, or not 2 weeks ago, about Hoosier Burn Camp. Michigan City Police Department does Hoosier Burn Camp every year or every other year at Washington Park.
Fire department.
Michigan City Fire Department does Hoosier Burn Camp every other year at Washington Park for burn victims, to give them like a day at the beach, a camp to go to. The week before, we realized that it never came to the board to get their event approved.
Oh.
So,
We talked about it though, right?
yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but it had to get officially approved at the board
Okay.
meeting still. So,
Okay.
the paper is here before you.
So just for the public's knowledge, because it's another city department, we always ask the board to waive the fees for their parking and entrance into the zoo for that day, because it's literally a city event.
It's us.
And I believe this is something that's happened before, remember
Yes.
correctly, and that's the same procedure we did in the past as well.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any comments from the public? What's your pleasure?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2025 Hoosier Burn Camp request.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We have the Wilderness Inquiry Service Agreement.
This is our annual agreement to bring Wilderness Inquiry to Michigan City for our 5-day Trail Creek Week event for fourth graders. And also to participate in the Creekness Stakes Canoe Race fundraiser. It's the same agreement as we've had in the past. The Parks Department has $5,000 earmarked in our recreation budget for the contract. The Sanitary District pays $5,000 annually as part of their MS4 Education and Outreach Program. And then we were able to secure a NIPSCO environmental grant for $5,000. So we do have the funding, and I would recommend the board approve the contract.
Any comments from the board?
I just had a quick one. What's the total amount? I saw each contract was like 216, but
14,400.
no, I'm so sorry. The number of students that participate in it, total number of people that participate in it.
Last year was around 650. Prior to COVID, we were over 900. So it's starting to build back up again.
So there's no cost to the student, right?
No cost.
But they just don't come. They just choose not to come, or maybe the parents don't sign the permission slip.
Well, the teachers have to sign up as a field trip.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh.
up to the schools. They need to get bus transportation there and
Yeah.
back.
Oh, okay.
Again, the numbers really tanked after COVID because schools were not allowing outside field
Yeah.
trips for several years.
Yeah.
But they're starting to grow, so we hope to get back up to the 900.
Yeah. Because it shows, I think, a max of 216 kids per day. Like each contract shows is that what that means? That a max of 216 kids could
Right.
come? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
They can
Boy.
paddle.
Oh.
There's
Oh.
enough space for that. So we rotate them around different stations,
Yeah.
but one of the stations, the most popular station, is paddling in the canoe mobiles.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, we can do, a little over 1,000 kids a week if we can get
Yeah.
them. We did last year open up to, we tried to target Michigan City area schools
Mhm.
first and then LaPorte County, but
Mhm.
we did open it up to get more participants last year.
Mhm.
Homeschooled kids, private schools. I think Renaissance did a day last year, so
Mhm.
yeah, we're actively trying to fill our spots.
It's great.
Thank you. Any other board comment? Any comments from the public? We need a motion on the Wilderness Inquiry Service Agreement.
I'll make a motion to approve the Wilderness Inquiry Service Agreement.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Michigan City Shines Neighborhood Cleanup Trailer.
Yeah, so the city has a new, should have brought the picture.
There's a picture. Can you put it, Tyler? Can you put the first photo up on that slide? Thank you.
Yeah, so the city, I guess via ARPA funds, has bought a trailer to help, do community cleanups. The trailer was outfitted by Cablin's on the boulevard, completely outfitted the trailer with buckets, rakes, shovels, barrels, gloves, litter pickers, totes, safety cones, and vest. The form in front of you is just a fill out form. Amber, LePage, and Laura have both seen and approved this. And it's just a form. You haven't seen it?
No, this is new to me.
Oh,
Amber drafted it.
well, Amber drafted. Yep. I'm sorry. Well, let me not say that. Let me retract that then. Laura has not seen it.
So because it's the city's trailer, not parks, the city attorney drafted the agreement. It's just the checkouts will go through the park department because we have the place to house it.
Oh,
And
okay.
we're set up for reservations and weekly maintenance and
Mhm.
schedules, so it just made sense to kind of pass it to us. And there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, we almost rented out the trailer about a week and a half ago and realized that we had no paperwork or anything. So it was like, let's take a couple steps back and make sure we follow all the process and get it ready to rent it out.
And does the park department deliver it to the, where it's going and does all the transportation?
Yeah.
Correct.
But not the work.
Not the
The
work.
neighborhood people do.
So like a church group, a scout group, a
Mhm.
neighborhood
Yeah.
can run it. But it will be up to us where we are delivering it, picking it up from, because we don't want it any place that's dangerous where it's gonna get hit. So we'll
Mhm.
get it as close to the area as possible in a safe place.
Mhm.
And then, of course, they have to fill out the checkout information.
Any other comments from the board? Any comments from the public?
Yes, Tommy Klavik, 1316 Ohio Street. Strongly recommend you have both a hitch lock and a GPS on this thing. I know unfortunately, a couple of times in the past, the Habitat for Humanity has had their tool trailers stolen. They've ditched the trailer and they cleaned out all the tools and stole all the tools out of the trailers. So that's something I really strongly recommend you have put on there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Good idea.
And it's something that it'll be there just for the day, or it might be there for a few days? I don't know what you expect.
We envision for the day, but I
Yeah.
guess it's gonna be project by project. It
Yeah.
depends on
Mhm.
what it is they're doing.
Mhm.
I mean, if you had a group that said, hey, we want to do Krieger Memorial Park, all 37 acres,
Mhm. Yeah,
Saturday and Sunday, of course, we're gonna leave it
Yeah.
overnight
right.
on our property, so
Yeah.
it just needs to be a safe place to store it, and we'll leave that up to is the city the best.
I honestly just thought of this, but I think we should put on here, do not move somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, just-
you said a truck with the,
Yeah, like,
oh, that's what Tommy was saying, put a hitch lock on.
yeah. Oh, yeah, put the hitch lock on there.
Hitch lock.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And quick, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole thing. I'm wondering, are they assigned responsibility? So if the Eastport Neighborhood Association, we had neighborhood cleanups before, and we cleaned the boulevard when we walked down the Risky and came back, and we started at the police station. So what we did was just took all of our garbage bags at the dumpster at the police department and threw them in. But now that this is going to be out here, they can rent this. I am wondering, in this contract, I see Lord reading pretty quick over here. But when they are assigned this, does the responsibility of making sure that thing is not stolen transfer over to the group that is renting it out? I would imagine it would. But I'm trying to stall to see if Laura can find that in the contract.
Yeah. So I was looking at,
They agree to assume any and all risk and dangers associated under the terms of this agreement, including any risk and potential inherent dangers to volunteers.
So I would imagine that most of these people are going to just use it for the day and then call and get that thing picked up before, so they're not responsible for it overnight. That'll be my guess. But Yeah, I can see that happening. And like I said, we did 4 or 5 of neighborhood cleanups over there. And if I know I would not have us keeping this thing out overnight. So I can imagine that any group that's going to do this is going to do it in one day.
Right. Thank you. Any other comments from the board? Any comments from the public?
Are residents able to they're coming to City Hall to ask for this and sign up here and
With the park.
show ID and
Yeah.
all of that? Okay, very
Yeah.
good.
So I'm looking at number 5. I was just trying to, just kept trying to read it over and over to make sure I wasn't missing anything. And that's the one that talks about if it's damaged or something is stolen, like the trailer or the tools. But there's nothing in there that says, like, how do I notify? Who do I notify? Is there a form that I should fill out? I'm thinking, let's say it's damaged. Like, is there a number that I should call?
Oh, I should put that checklist on there.
That there's nothing on there that says, and unless it's, unless I use the number 3, which is the contact person.
Yeah.
And if so, I think with number 5, just adding that in there, I don't know, I don't know if it's too much, but just thinking, I'm just trying to think if I read it, I'm like, oh, I go to number 5, who do I contact?
Yeah.
Because I'm panicking.
Information again, and then we have a standard incident form
Okay.
for anything that happens in our department.
We also did make a checklist that the person who drops this off will have to go through and like, are all the tools that are supposed to be there on the checklist? They'll mark that off, and at the bottom there's a place that they can leave their contact number, because here it says Pat, but okay. Only one copy, but you can look at it. The person that drops it off, it might not be Pat. The contact person for that day might not be Pat. So we have a space there where the contact person will write their name down, and you leave it with that person for the day. We'll even have like an empty sleeve right there inside of the trailer, so it'll stay there. So when you get in trouble, you know, this is who I'll call for today.
So then probably something there that said the contact person that was stated in the sheet.
Yeah, no, the contact person will be
agreement.
on that sheet. They will literally write their name down, write their number, so you contact that person if you have any issues that day.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks, sir.
no problem.
Any other comments from the board?
Yeah.
Any comments from the public? Need a motion on the mobile tool trailer agreement?
I motion to approve the MC Shines Neighborhood Cleanup Trailer Agreement.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We have the fall baseball clinic partner agreement.
Yeah, so we've been trying to come up with a good plan for fall baseball, and Coach Zach Coulter from the high school varsity baseball coach, wants to get very active with his youth in the city. He wants to do fall baseball himself. They're doing middle school baseball is what I hear this year for the first time. And he doesn't want to forget about the younger age group, the 7 to 11-year-olds. So he wants to do a camp at Patriot Park from September to October. For the rental fee, well, this will be a partnership with us and them. We'll do the registration and we'll have the facility, because at that age group, they can't play out at the fields at the high school. The fields are too big. So they'll use our 3 smaller fields at Patriot Park. We'll get 20% of registration costs. They'll get 80, but they'll operate everything. They'll make teams, they'll order jerseys, they'll run the camps. After registration, besides lining the fields, which we have staff out there doing it anyway for the other rentals and stuff that we have out there, they'll be out there taking care of the fields on a daily basis anyway. So it's not an extra cost to us, just an added program for the city.
Is this a weekend or evenings?
They're looking at Sunday evenings right now, Sunday late afternoon, I guess.
For registration on page 3, it says might use the auto app. Might,
And might, big might, because
Can't lose any questions.
if it's big might, okay.
Big Mike. So You know, besides me trying to get the high school to use the auto app themselves, so it doesn't always have to go through me. They might end up doing registration themselves, which I'm completely okay with.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
just go ahead. I talk about my stuff later. It's about time.
So what would it cost to get your
Yeah.
boy to play or girl to play?
It'd be $60, which would be the exact same as our 8U baseball league.
And it's how many nights? What is the,
It'd be, it's not, I think it's gonna be, I actually think they plan on doing Wednesdays and Sundays for 4 weeks.
Mm.
So it'd be 8
Mm.
sessions.
Mm.
Yeah.
like a couple hours or something?
Yeah, it'd
Right?
be
Yeah.
2 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about $8 an hour, a
Mm.
little less than $8 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other board comment? Any comment from the public? And we need a motion to concerning the fall baseball clinic.
I'll make a motion to approve the fall baseball clinic partner agreement.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Reports of officers. Mrs. Easton, the superintendent's report.
Thank you. Tyler, can you put the next and last photo up, please? I'd like to report that artist Chris Silva came back to Michigan City a week or so ago and painted the doors on the restroom building at the skate park and also the back of the picnic shelter to match the murals that we put in last October. Looks fantastic, very vibrant, great gateway piece into our city. So thanks to Chris, it turned out great. We are having a community ribbon cutting ceremony on September 13th at Pullman at the skate park from 11 to 2. There'll be food trucks, giveaways, semi-pro skater demonstrations, learn to skate lessons, lots of skate merch. So yeah, come out. That should be a really good time on the 13th.
What was that time again, ma'am?
11 to 2. You guys will get invites when we get closer to the date.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'd also like to report that I've met with board members and staff members of the Shirley Hine Lands Trust. Some of you might recall in our last 3 5-year master plans, we have listed Mott's Woods as a surplus property. The reason for that is there's a deed restriction on 20 acres of that property. It has no recreational value to us. We can't even put a trail through it. Shirley Hines is interested in it because it's part of their north and south habitat corridor. It lines up very nicely with Ambler Flatwoods and the properties in between. So I'll just read the part of the deed restriction. The property is given to the city of Michigan City as an example of the primeval forest growth which once covered northern Indiana. It is granted on the express condition that it shall be preserved forever in its present natural state as a forest and a wildflower preserve, and that the timber shall never be cut from the same. Driveways may be kept clear if down trees need to be moved, but that's pretty much it. We can't do anything with it, so it has no value. Shirley Hines Land Trust, their mission is to protect habitats and ecosystems of Northwest Indiana through acquiring, restoring, and protecting environmentally significant landscapes for present and future generations, and to inspire and educate people of all ages about the value of land conservation to protect our natural world and enrich our lives. So I think this is a perfect fit for them. They're doing some research. So I think we own 33 acres, but they're in 3 separate parcels. So only the 20 has the deed restriction. So I'll keep the board informed as we move forward. I did tell them we would need an updated legal survey. And that's pretty much it. And then we'd be able to donate it to them if this board wishes. On the maintenance side, I'd like to personally thank Pat Bolts and his maintenance team. They did an outstanding job on the boat race this year. There were a lot of last minute changes. It is such a huge event and it just drains their resources. And keep in mind, they still have their day-to-day operations to do. That's, they start on Monday. It's Monday through Monday. That's 7 days. those are 7 days that other parks still need to be cut and trash needs to be picked up. So very, very long week for them. Congratulations, Pat. You guys did a great job. Regarding golf, I'd like to thank Green Superintendent Mike for staying at the council meeting for like 9 hours one day. In any case, the city council did approve our $181,000 additional appropriation for the satellite irrigation system. So Mike will be requesting a PO probably tomorrow if he hasn't already. We'll move forward with that so we don't miss out on our buy one, get one free that ends in October. That saved us roughly $65,000. So great job on doing your research and getting it done in time.
Oh,
Again, this appropriation came out of our own cash fund. We did not get city funding. It's in our bank account. We just had to move it to spend it. And then I'm happy to report, the zoo received another $15,000 donation over the weekend from, race team owner and driver Billy Moff. He absolutely loves Jamie and the Washington Park Zoo. Since 2018, Billy has donated over $93,000 to the zoo for some earmarked projects and just some to donate. So I personally thanked him. I saw him on Saturday and he just raves about Jamie and the zoo.
which boat is his?
WHM,
What color, like what color?
yellow,
What?
the biggest one probably out there, the biggest team.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah. He's a wild guy.
Mhm.
He's just in it 100% for the fun of it.
Mhm.
He owns a plane, so a lot of times he brings his jet over and waves at everybody. Just a little eccentric and
Huh.
we love him. Jamie also received a $5,000 donation from GAF last week as well for the Eagle Owl exhibit. And then lastly, I do have some vandalism to report. We had some graffiti on the surfaces of the skateboard ramps, thankfully not on our murals. It was only $45 to repair, but it took a lot of time. A lot of that had to be sanded out by hand. So again, thank you, Pat. And of course, that came right at the time where everything else was going on. What's that? Oh, I forgot about the golf bathrooms. Oh, that was horrible. I'll bring you pictures of that. So someone destroyed the restrooms at the golf course. Do you even have a cost on that yet?
What?
Estimate? Okay, so we did file a police report. I mean, destroyed them.
Number 6, Beth.
Pulled the sinks off the walls,
Oh my
broke the
goodness.
toilets. Yeah, the pictures are horrible.
Wow.
But I'll bring that up at our next meeting.
Not in the clubhouse, out all.
I do have the police report,
Oh.
but we'll get an actual cost and then I'll report that. And happy to answer any questions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that, do we know at all if that's tied to the other vandalism that happened earlier? Yeah. Or we still, I know you had an actual like police presence out there for a while. Are they still? Yeah. Wow.
The assistant superintendent's report, Mr. Walker.
Yes, I would like to report that this Friday is the last day for signups for fall T-ball. They pretty much gone exactly how we kind of planned they would go. But we still got 2 more days to sign up. So we're excited to see what happens. The last couple of days, we always get a rush of people to sign up. So this Friday is that deadline. Next Friday is the deadline for adult softball leagues. The co-ed league is $425 for a team, and the Big Bat League is $475 for a team, which dropped $100 from last year's league. The next, the August Pour and Paint is August 14th. Pour and Paint is August 14th. The price for that is $25. Is at Krieger Memorial Hall from 5:30 to 7:30. You can call in to the park department. You can get on the Auto app, and there's also tickets for sale on Eventbrite. So different place where you can go find the tickets for this month's Pour and Paint. Also on sale right now are tickets for the masquerade, for the Murder Mystery Masquerade. That's on October 31st, Halloween Day. Those tickets are on Eventbrite, and the link will be on our web page as soon as they post them. And Chess Club every first and third Monday at Krieger Memorial Hall. Besides that, you want to know anything that's going on in the Park and Rec Department? Get on the Auto app. If you don't have it yet,
Comedy night.
oh yeah, Comedy Night. I forgot about Comedy Night. Comedy Night, September 6th. Tickets on sale now on Eventbrite. Today is the last day for the early bird tickets. They're $33. So if you want an early bird ticket, go get it today because tomorrow the price goes up to $45. All 10 VIP tables are sold in less than 24 hours, probably like 12 hours, all 10 VIP tables sold. So it's going to be a fun event. I'm sorry, I'm getting the comedian names. I wasn't prepared for this one for some reason. Mike Samp, the same MC that we had last year, be back. Mike Samp. He's one of the upcoming top comedians out of Chicago right now. So we like using him. The headliner will be, his name is Hot Sauce, also a Chicago comedian. Ruben Ramirez and Cecilia Gonzalez will be the other two comedians that are under contract. And Mike is known for just bringing a couple more with him when he comes his way. So he usually packs out a good show. Again, we'll use the Zoe Band, which is a DJ he has a piano, a saxophonist, a guitarist, and a drummer that plays to accompany his DJing. So it's almost like a live band and a DJ at the same time. It's a fun experience. So tickets for that are $33 today, $45 tomorrow. Get them tickets fast because they're going fast. Any questions? I'm good.
Thank you. Mr. Hoffman, the Planning Commission liaison.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. The Plan Commission met on July 22nd and voted to approve the solar project with a favorable recommendation, sending it to the council for approval. Next meeting is on the 26th.
Thank you. I am the Port Authority liaison. I was unable to attend their last meeting, which was Monday. Mr. Labus, the Zoological Society.
Nothing from the Zoo Society.
We didn't hear you, Mr. Levin.
Sorry. Oh, there's nothing to report from the Zoo Society.
Attorney's report.
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Director's reports.
There are none.
Department Finances, Mrs. Sperling.
Hey. Tonight we have on the claims docket for August 6th, municipal $148,301.90. Golf petty cash, $5,735.40. Total claims, $154,037.30. And I move that we pay all of our vendors.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Next item is payroll number 15, from July 6th through July 19th, pay date July 25th. Total payroll is $132,973.49. And I move that we pay our awesome people.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And then we have our gifts and donations. Ace Hardware Zoo donation give back month, $1,333.63. Kroger Zoo donation give back program, $76.08. WHM Plumbing and Heating Zoo donation cat exhibit, $15,000. I move that we accept these very generous gifts and donations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Sorry.
Yeah, all good.
Minor transfers, maintenance 2204.505, decrease account 429.001, other supplies for $900, increase account 423.031, small tools, $900. I move that we accept these minor transfers. Approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Zoo endowment, nothing to report. Board of Works, nothing to report. Credit card charges, nothing to report.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Comments from the public.
Yes, Tommy Kolabic, 1360 Ohio Street. I got more things to complain about. Don't think me as complaining. I just want to make the Michigan City Park and Recreation part the best can do. Thursday, I took a little nice long walk through the park. I parked down in Federer's Alley because everything was all closed for the race, and kind of walked down that real nice wheelchair ramp we put along the beach, you know, for the golf from behind the senior center, and walked all the way down to the pier and back. I had to attend my nephew's visitation Thursday, and he passed away. On the way back, I noticed there was a great big sidewalk panel missing in front of the senior center. I assume probably one of the utility companies or contractor did some work and then fill that. But that's pretty common in the city. You know, I actually, when I see that in the city, I message Tim Warner, let him know, hey, there's sidewalk panels missing. He said, well, NIPSCO or a contractor did some work, they didn't refill, and they fill in the panel. You know, you're not supposed to have any sidewalk panels in the city. I don't think we should have any missing in the parks either. So that really needs to be filled in. Maybe that's something we can do in-house. I think it might be time with the data center coming in at 402 Royal Road. I think time might be come to pass, maybe consider closing the north 9-hole par 3 golf course and open that for like a public fishing. I know that golf course is probably the best fishing grounds in the city. Maybe my brother Tommy Lee used to go fishing there on the golf course. They'd let us go fishing there, throw our line in there. So we'd have a whole bucket full of bluegill and crappies in that bucket. We go and look for buy a beer. I said, boy, you guys smell like fish. I said, well, you know, you got to put your hand on the fish in order to get the fish in the bucket. But I think that might be something we might want to consider. You know, years ago, we had all these company golf leagues in the city. You know, a lot of these companies, they've closed. When the company closed, so did the golf league. And, you know, we've lost revenue from not having all these company golf leagues now. So I think that's just something you might want to consider and thinking about doing, maybe repurposing that land for more different public use besides golfing. You already got 18 holes on the front course, so it's just my idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Paul Prespolinski, 1716 Washington Street. Mr. President, I might need more than 3 minutes. I haven't been to a park board meeting in many, many years, and there are a few things that have been troubling me lately. One is I was down in the park it was the weekend before the beach volleyball tournament, and I went down to the main parking lot. It was 8:30 in the morning, and there was the first 3 rows were already filled. There was nobody at the gate, and they were all out of town cars. I'd say 80% were out of town cars. Do we get any money from the boat, like for doing maintenance down there at the park? Okay, that's another issue. Okay. Well, I don't know what they get, but we need to look into that for your budget. Is the splash pad working now?
Has been.
It has been for, okay. I want to talk about neighborhood parks. That's why I brought that up earlier. And specifically Ames Field and Zilla Square in the 2nd Ward. I've been making a tour of the city, and all the parks in the neighborhoods there's been a lot of work in these parks. There's been nothing happening at Ames Field or at Zilla Square.
That's
Ames Field School Board.
No, I'll have to debate that. I was on the committee with when I was on the city council, that they were supposed to maintain a public park down there, and they were supposed to maintain it for public use as what was there when it doesn't belong to them. It's like a MOU agreement, just like at Zilla Park. And I asked a Freedom of Information Act, and evidently can't come up with the MOU on Ames Field. I did talk to the superintendent a couple of weeks ago, and just by chance got the agreement on Zilla Square, and they were supposed to maintain that as it was when they signed the MOU. recently they tore down a picnic shelter there and replaced it with a play ball on there. There used to be a basketball court over there. Yeah, they have a playground facility over there, but I don't believe that the attention is being given to the park system in the second ward. That's why I'm bringing this up. Also, I talked to Shannon, or the superintendent, a few years ago about the problem in Fetters Alley, that was designated for many, many years as reserved for Michigan City residents. And then when I was on the council in the last 4 years, that sign disappeared. Shannon gave me, I requested information if there had ever been a vote to revoke that. And I didn't see in the minutes that she gave me from the meetings that it's ever been revoked by the city council or the park board.
You run out of time.
Okay, also, one more thing is that Ruby Woods, that was, there's nothing been done at Ruby Woods since my son did his, Eagle Merit Badge, his Eagle project there, and revamped, put over, 10 dump trucks of, mulch in there. I mean, it's like, I think that you should not give that land to the trust or even think about it, but have it someplace for the people of Michigan City that can get free access in there and have a place where they can go to have some tranquility and use it. I mean, you're not really putting any maintenance into it, because they do have property that they do not allow public access on. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public?
Okay, real quick. Tommy Clavitt, 1316 Ohio Street. I know the Ames Field, that is a part of the, that's under the jurisdiction of the school system. I know there's been a lot of posts on social media about the Ames Field fountain. I remember back in 1995, we restored it. We did a donation between the St. Joe Club and the Moose Lodge. Well, they're going to do another, it's fallen into disrepair again. It's kind of outlived its useful. It needs another restoration. Between the Rotary Club and the Michigan City, they're going to do another fundraiser to raise money to restore the Ames Field fountain. I know that doesn't have anything with you guys, but that is going to be happening. So everybody make a contribution or help out with their fundraiser if you want that fountain restored. That's part of our heritage and our history and our pedigree as a city. So just want to mention that. Thank you.
Bruce Manor, Port Authority and Michigan City Board of Directors. I had the opportunity to talk to quite a few of the boaters, race teams and stuff. And they were very, very positive about everything that took place down there. And I asked them, is there anything that you would see that would be negative? They said and this was more than one team that told me this. They said the negative that they saw was when the race is over, they have to pull the boat out of the water. They have to clean the boat, which takes a lot of time, cover the boat all up, hitch it to the trailers and so forth and so on. And then they had to clean themselves up. And by that time, it was 9 or 9:30 before they got done. My suggestion and what they said to me was the reason we consider that to be negative, the negative thing is that there are no restaurants open after 9 o'clock. We had no place to go to eat. And they're not talking about fast food. They're looking for a good meal somewhere. My suggestion would be if the park board could maybe talk to some of these restaurants and find out if they are going to be open after 9. And if they are, when you make this deal with them to come to Michigan City, send them something that tells them where these restaurants are. They didn't want to have to travel to a real far place. They wanted somewhere downtown or somewhere within a reasonable distance. And maybe even, I would love to see, and I doubt that that would happen. The thing that happened with COVID is they went to a closing time that was not their original closing times. And they never put their original closing times back up. And the people that, well, I guess I should say that the people that work there don't want to work past 9 o'clock. So that's a big factor there. And I don't know if the people that own the restaurants want to be open after 9 o'clock. But I would love to see some action somewhere to where, I mean, maybe they could just extend some hours for one weekend out of a whole year. And I don't know if that could happen or not, but I think if they heard from the park board and maybe some other higher ups, that maybe that could be a solution to it. So I'm just trying to help these guys out some. I love that race. They were very, very complimentary about the park board and about the Port Authority and about how everything went for them down there. But that was the only negative. I consider it to be a negative for the guys. They just want a decent meal and they don't know where to go to get it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Any comments from the board?
I'm sure there would be some restaurant out there that would take them in at 9 on one night of the year, and they,
Sperling Home should be open.
okay, that'd be fun. Thank you, Bruce. That's a good idea.
Mr. Dabney, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I said I would talk a little bit about budgets and that city budgets, because, you know, Shannon covered the budget for the park department, and now every department ties into the city budget. Just a little bit of an update as to how things are going. This is going to be the second year that the state has done some things with property taxes, these property tax caps, and that have led to us receiving less money from the state. Currently, there is not an exact number of what is going to need to be cut here and there in order to to make it whatever these requirements are going to be. So the numbers will start trickling in dollars from our riverboat, which is actually decreasing. At one point, if anybody heard the council meeting Tuesday night, the mayor said at one point we were getting $11-12 million a year from the riverboat. That is down to about $8 million now. I'm not going to cover the formula, how that's all calculated, but we are losing revenues all over the place. And the state has a lot to do with that in some of the laws and things that they are passing. We had something the other night where we were talking about paving dollars, CCMG money, and the city is pretty much forced. The mayor didn't use that term forced, but in my mind, we're forced to pass a wheel tax, because there's a certain bucket of money, bucket number $1 down here, that a city could attain, but then there's a second bucket of money that's above. If you don't pass the wheel tax, you cannot receive any of that money for paving. So we ended up passing the wheel tax, so we will be allowed to get into that second bucket of money for paving. So there are things like that going on in the city. So Shannon, all the other department heads are really trying to, like she said, tighten the belts and things like that, and even cutting some things out. Hopefully, we find ourselves in a position where we do not have to start cutting services. We don't want to do that, but all discussions are on the table. And I'm not trying to be an alarmist here, but just a realist as to what is happening. I sat through a session that talked about all these different laws and that are being passed by the state that are going to be cutting revenues. That's even happening with the school systems. So it is going to be tight again this year. I mean, this leads into everything, the budgets with all of the departments, as well as labor negotiations coming with police and fire. We have to have certain numbers in place before we know what we can and cannot do. So this is going to be a tough year with the controller's office, the department heads who are submitting budgets. And hopefully when all the numbers shake out, We don't have to cut too much. But this is going to be a real serious year in terms of things that have to be cut in order to make, our budget balance. Because as everybody knows, we're not the federal government. We cannot run deficits. Your budget has to balance, and you cannot have any accounts in the red, after the year is over. So this is going to be a pretty serious time coming up with budgets. And I just want the public to be aware of that. Because we simply don't know at this time all of the dollars coming in. So people will always jump to what's a spending problem? It's a spending problem. No, this is a revenue problem. And we're going to have to adjust to that as a city. So just wanted to put the public on notice. We had a pretty fired up group that was here Tuesday night or Monday night, for the council meeting. And hopefully some people will take as much interest in our budgets as well. So this is going to be something here. You're really going to earn our money here in the controller's office as well as the mayor in terms of building her budget and what we plan to spend for the year. So I hope it doesn't sound like doom and gloom, but these are things that we're going to have to look out for coming up with our budgets.
Thank you, Mr. Dabney. Any other comments from the board? I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mr. President.
Thank you.